What is good, YouTube? This is a trade recap of our 390 tick trade, 100 points almost, caught on NQ. Absolutely beautiful trade from top to bottom. Awesome trade. Very nice. And yeah, this is going to be a trade recap going over why did I take this trade? Why did I get in where I did? Why was my SL where it was? Why was my TP where it was? So sit back, relax, grab a snack or something. I don't know. Let's get into it, man. Come on. So, if you guys have watched any of my trade recaps before, you guys know I enter almost every single trade off of fair value gaps. I love fair value gaps. I think it's a great entry model that everybody should implement in their trading, no matter what you're doing. You need to be aware of fair value gaps. Okay. Well, if you don't know what a fair value gap is, do some research on it. It goes down to institutional levels, and it's where basically institutions want to bring up price so that they can unload their full position, right? So yeah, as you guys can see, we have this little box up here, which is a fair value gap, and this is a fair value gap up here too. So what I usually like to do, and I'm going to do this for the video's sake, but how I mark out a fair value gap is with the rectangle tool on any platform that you're on. Pull out the rectangle tool, and what I like to do is double click on it, and I click the middle line always, because I like to take my trades off the consequent encroachment, the CE of the fair value gap. So yeah, for video's sake, I'm going to delete the rectangles to make it a little bit cleaner and just do the CE of the fair value gap here. And 1 minute. So we had a 5 minute and we had a 1 minute marked out here. And yeah, do this. So I'm going to switch to the 5 minute time frame right here so you guys can get a broader view of what this entry kind of looked like. So originally, this fair value gap was formed a day before, and it left us behind this high up here, followed up with a very strong sell-off, right? So sellers were very strong up at these highs, giving us, okay, if sellers are really strong in one area, that means if we retest that area, we will most likely see strong sellers that still have orders in that area. And like I said, in this position, we had a fair value gap here. So basically like an institution, so many orders are at this exact level. So, hey, why not have the mindset as the big guys? Get in where the big guys are getting in at, right? And that's exactly what we did. Marked out the 5 minute fair value gap, as you can see. And another thing is we could mark out kind of this high right here, right? So we have all of these highs on the left, which is buy side liquidity, right? We have one high right here. We have one high right here. We have one high right here. So we're going to sweep all of the sellers that have stop losses and whatnot up here, therefore giving us the liquidity that we need to make the draw once we go down, right? So we're taking all the money, basically like how the market moves is like we're taking all the money of the people that had the stop losses up here. So market collects that volume, collects that that liquidity, and then we're ready to use the liquidity to go in the opposite direction and have that 5 minute fair value gap. And then if we go down to the 1 minute, we can see, okay, 1 minute has that fair value gap as well. And it's a big one, right? It's a big fair value gap. It looks like this 1 minute candle is pretty much the candle that brought in most of the volume on that 5 minute candle. So therefore making this 1 minute candle a very strong point of interest, right? So that's why I took the entry off the 1 minute fair value gap rather than the 5 minute, is because the 1 minute was showing more, it was showing more of the story, right? Like that 1 minute candle was really the big mover that created that 5 minute fair value gap, right? So yeah, basically market opened up on Friday here. We bounced from, I believe, a 15 minute level or something. Let me see here. 15 minute? Yeah. So, okay. So market open on this candle right here, and we tapped into a 50-minute BISI below, and we had 200 EMA, we had VWAP there, so a lot of confluences for the longs to step in here. And yeah, waited for these buyers to do their thing. Like, hey, do your thing, market. We're patient. We can sit back. We can wait for you to do what you need to do. And that's exactly what we did. Marked out these levels up here, waited for price to come up to it. Set our limit at that 1 minute SIBI, the fair value gap up there, plus that 5 minute right below. Take it off the highest entry possible. And yeah, basically what I did was I wrote it down to this 5 minute fair value gap right below. So from fair value gap to fair value gap, and as you can see, it plays beautiful. And also, something important to note here is this was a data print at this 10 a.m. candle. I believe it was consumer sentiment, if I'm not mistaken, and we saw a lot of volume kick in, and we hit TP very quickly. So, yeah, I'm happy we got out too at where we did because of that data print. I know whatever could have held for another some more points. But hey, don't ever get too greedy in the market, right? 100 points is already a huge move in the market, so I'm very pleased with this trade overall. And yeah, so basically just wrote it down to that 5 minute level, and also we had 200 EMA on the 1 minute, creeping right below that 5 minute CE. So to me, that was a great TP to get out. And yeah, this was another beautiful entry too. I didn't take this entry, but I know some people in my group did catch this and ended up not only making money on this short, but made money on the re-entry up here, which was 1 minute SIBI, break of structure. And yeah, just overall strong sellers at that level. Again, you could ride that down. What you could have done is taken a re-entry at now this level, this re-entry level, again at the CE, put your stop loss a couple points above that body of that candle, write it down to that 5 minute, and you would have bagged another 250 ticks. Or you could have wrote it down to the VWAP and made another 100 points if you held that. So overall, a lot of people don't like to touch Fridays, but I always just like to show up every day because you never know. Like, there could be good setups. You just don't know ahead of time. You have to show up to actually see. And that's exactly what we did. A lot of people stayed out on Friday, but we managed to bank. And I think one last thing, I'm gonna go over my stop loss too in a minute, but I also want to show you guys one last thing. So from that external high of this kind of range that we've been in to this low, that was the recent low that we just formed. If we pull out the Fibonacci retracement level, what happens? Fib, the golden pocket, those fair value gaps are in. So if you guys don't know, the golden pocket, it's basically where price is expected to retrace into, and then you're expected also to see a reversal in that area. So my entry model being fair value gaps, that's what we take entry off of, and it's in the reversal region, right? Or retracement region, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, beautiful trade there. And stop loss, what I basically did was, if we mark out the 1 minute candle right here, what I usually like to do is I mark out whatever the fair value gap candle was. I like to mark it out, and I'll put my stop loss a couple of points above. And as you guys can see, it's exactly what I did here. So, and that's what happened. It went up to that high of the fair value gap that was created, and then it sold off from that exact area. So I just put my stop loss a couple points above that to be safe. And yeah, that's pretty much this trade. Another cool thing to mark out, I think it's pretty cool, is that entry that we then took, then we saw strong buyers kick into it, right? Or displace above that level. And what happens? That previous sell level now turns into a buy level. So we break that level, come back down, we retest it. We see some other confluences lining up with it. And then boom, it goes in the opposite. It can now use it as a long position once it breaks through. So yeah, I absolutely, you guys know this already. I love fair value gaps. I love my strategy for a reason, right? I love my strategy for a reason because it fucking works. Um, and it's made me a lot of money to this point. And if you're not trading this style, you really should. And if you're a beginner trader, I am telling you, this is the best style of trading and it is the best strategy, like true strategy that I believe, I genuinely think you should be learning too. And if this is what you're learning at the very start of your career, you're going to make it as a trader as long as you're, of course, sticking to your rules, managing your psychology, and that sort of thing. But in terms of strategy, you can't beat this. You can't beat this. It's absolutely beautiful. And yeah, 100-point catch on NQ. And of course, you guys know I got to show you guys some of the gains. I got to show you guys some of the gains from this trade. And dude, I'm so proud because a lot of the team members in my premium Discord did catch the full move. So, I mean, you guys can join the Discord below in the bio and go look at some of these gains for yourself. But I mean, they go on and on and on and on. That's absolutely a beautiful thing. But I'm preaching to my members, hey, like hold trades, have conviction in your trades. And boom, if you do that, bro, look at that. Look at the money that you have the potential to be making alongside me and my team. So, again, click the link in my bio to join the Discord, check out some of the members' gains yourself, check out some of the testimonials and whatnot. And yeah, a lot of games came in from this trade. And yeah, man, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. If you're not already subscribed, I got my eyes on you. Press it right now. All right. I'm out of here, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.